Hi Booktube, it's Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. Happy Friday. I did not have a great week at work. I have a wonderful boss, but made a decision this week that it was like all of a sudden I felt like I was drowning in paper and I couldn't breathe, and I'm just like trying to get above the paperwork. At one point I was like, am I being punked? Like, is this actually happening? Because, you know, the paperwork is going to stretch into 2026, and in December it's my semi-annual calling of individuals, and I have to make about 150 phone calls in December as well. And I know he's not the Grinch or anything like that, but I felt like he stole Christmas from me a little bit. Like, there's so many Christmas things I want to do. I have so many cool videos planned for my Ko-fi page for the holidays, and I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make him happen, and it just breaks my heart. So anyway, so that's why I'm using my Alice in Wonderland mug tonight. It says, we're all mad here. Okay, so before we get into what I am currently reading and what I finished reading, because that did happen, I had a small post-Victober splurge. Wow, these books were expensive. I love the covers so much. Not only are they the same edition of a book, but they are also by the same author, and that is Bronte, who I have never read anything by. And so I'm going to be doing a buddy read early on with my friend Allie, avid reader. We're going to be reading Agnes Gray together, and I'm so excited. And just look how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh. And then I got to thinking about it, and so many people recommended this book to me. An overwhelming number of people recommended this book to me, that I also went ahead and bought The Tenant of Wildfell Hall. Now, I think both of these are on Katie's must-read Victorian novels list, so that may have played a part in it, but actually, like, this one was just the sheer number of recommendations. But I actually have owned this book before, not this beautiful, gorgeous cover. But yeah, my sister gave me her copy from one of her college classes, and then I think I gave it to Jason when we were just friends, my husband. And then we got married, and I was like, oh my God, I have this book again. It was probably a sign. But anyway, so yeah, so I've got some Anne Bronte to read. I'm trying to be really good at the end of the year, but it was just hard. And I do struggle with Victober because there's just so many incredible recommendations of books. Now, what have I been reading? I am still reading with my friend Jo, The House of Mirth by Edith Wharton. Again, another vintage cover. I like, the covers just suck me in. But actually, I will say The House of Mirth is, I mean, I'm right now, I'm at the end of book 1. And so you can kind of see how far I am into it, but it is outstanding. Something modern about the writing in this. I am very, very excited to keep reading this book, and I'm really, really enjoying it. The other thing that I have started to read, because it was like, oh, I feel like this could be 2 sad books in a row. So I started reading The Penguin Book of Christmas Stories. I know it's early. I know. I've only read one story in it so far anyway. But instead of reading this copy, which the type font is insanely small, you guys. I mean, I bought this book online. I would have never, ever bought it if I had picked it up in a store. But one of you wonderful people sent it to me on my e-reader. So I am considering this to be my first book to read on my own e-reader, and I love the giant type font. I still, I'm not gonna lie, like I've got some technical issues to figure out, like how to flip back to the front of the book where it talks about all the authors and stuff like that. So I haven't quite figured that out yet. But this is my e-reader. I named it Buzz. And yeah, so yes. So thank you so much to the person who sent this to me. So I could read it on my e-reader. And yeah, I just plan on kind of dipping in and out of it over the next couple of months. If I don't finish this book this year, because I have the book, and I think it even has a bookmark in it. Maybe not. But I'll just make note of where, what stories have I already read. Some of the stories in here I have actually already read. A Child's Christmas in Wales, Truman Capote's A Christmas Memory. So maybe that's why the type font is so small. I don't know. but anyway, so it is a much more pleasurable experience reading it in big font on this. Okay. And then we have Housekeeping by Marilynne Robinson. It is hard to fathom that this was someone's debut novel. Yeah, it's staggering. This is, it's a short book. I think 200, and you can see all my stickies, 219 pages. I did this as a buddy read with my friend Nathan, and this is the first time. So initially we were like, okay, we'll read 4 chapters and check in. And I got done with 2 chapters and I was like, no, I gotta talk. I gotta check in, because the water is getting deep. And I mean that in a lot of ways, but anyway, so I think the first 4 chapters we checked in 2 chapters at a time, and then after that we checked in with each other after we had finished 1 chapter at a time. And again, there's only 11 chapters in here, but I have never ever had a buddy read that was so challenging, and there was just, talk about a book that's an onion. There's just layer after layer after layer in this little tiny book. But yeah, we had to check in with each other after every single chapter because there's just so much in it. This is the story of 2 girls who are left on their grandmother's door. Their grandmother takes care of them for a little while. Then their great aunts, 2 of their great aunts try to take care of them, but they don't know anything about raising kids. And so one of their aunts comes to take care of them. And it is really powerful, really, it's like I said, it's intense. It's an intense reading experience. I don't know if I've ever read a book this small that had so much in it to chew on. If you're gonna read, if this is your first Marilynne Robinson, I would definitely, actually, regardless, because I read her other 4 novels at the beginning of this year. So I had a little Robinson read along, and then Nathan and I were like, we're gonna be fiction completists and we're gonna read Housekeeping together, and it's so small, it'll be fine. But as far as like the poetry of the writing is concerned, I mean, it's definitely 5 stars. It was just so dark. Like, if all of the Gilead books were like this, that read along probably would have crashed. I mean, it probably would have crashed before it was even done. So anyway, it's a tremendous book. It's just not any real like break in it. There's just not any moment where you can kind of chuckle about something, or you know, aside from, and I don't mean not laughing, but like, you know, you might smile at how beautiful the writing in this book is. And I would read you some of it, except I'm afraid that it might spoil something, because there are a lot of things that can be spoiled in this book. I had no idea where this book was going, and so it was a 11 chapters of surprises. Like the Gilead books, again, they're just wildly different from Housekeeping. I'm so glad I read it with Nathan. Nathan actually made comparisons between Housekeeping and Lila, the 3rd book in the Gilead quartet, and I didn't even think about that. I wasn't even thinking about the Gilead books as I was reading that, so I was really glad that he brought up those points. Like, I thought that was super, super powerful, and really interesting. Like thinking about characters in an author's work, like, would they cross paths at some point, you know? So anyway, an excellent book. Just maybe I probably wouldn't recommend this as a holiday read. But yeah, I mean, I would recommend it. It is an excellent book. It's just, you know, House of Mirth. The House of Mirth is like, Joe and I have all these like conspiracy theories about what's going to happen to the characters, and but there are these kind of moments where there's a little bit of levity, or like there's a character that just, you know, makes you smile or something like that, or there's something beautiful happens or whatever. Like, I mean, the writing in that is also excellent, but there's just a little bit of yeah, like a little bit of relief from like what you feel like is headed for the main character. So anyway, that is what has been going on in my reading life. Booktube, please help me out and like leave me a comment about something great that happened to you this week. Some wonderful book you're reading, or something you're super excited to get reading. Yeah, I would love to hear from you in the comment section. As always, if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, you can leave me a little emoji about your week, and I'll try to figure it out. But yeah, like, just leave an emoji or give the video a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. It does help me. And here's to hoping that my expectations for the next 2 months are wrong, and that I will have time to do the things that I want to do. You know, Booktube is something I don't have to do. I want to do it, and I get so much just creative joy from making videos. And so yeah, like, that's where I want to be spending my time. Booktube. Remember to be kind to yourself, to be kind to others, and I will be back soon with another video. Bye.